right, what's going on, man? What's going on, everybody? This is a special live episode where CJ and I are going to be doing a special live mock draft. Something we're both really excited about. Getting ready for next week. Got moves to make next week, man. Got a lot of big decisions to go down. So I think starting off, we just want to discuss pretty much what are our most pressing needs for the team. What do we like at the number 10 spot? You know, we're lucky enough to get 3 picks within the first 41 picks. So that's love right there. So what do you think, man? I'm curious to know what you think. I think we have difference of opinion here.
Line either way, O line or D line, I feel like is the way to go for me. But I mean, I'm staying pretty steadfast on what I think I've said it a couple of times with you. I don't know if it's been on these episodes, but um, there's only 3 guys, that I feel like are worthy of not trading back.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, and Will Campbell. Those are the 3 dudes for me that, hey, if they there at 10, turn that, run to the stage, turn the card in yourself,
Yeah.
If not, and we all know how NFL drafts go with teams overvaluing the QB position.
Yep.
Hopefully somebody is itching to come up there and grab Shador or Jackson Dart, Milrow, whoever name continues to rise in this next what 5 days now, 6 days. Um, but yeah, for me, it's one of those 3. Just my opinion. One of those 3, or hopefully somebody calls you and makes you an offer to trade back, not too far, and still get a pretty solid piece, with some extra picks as well.
Yeah, no, I man, especially like I told you, I was trying to avoid doing these mock draft simulators for the longest time, but I think I did it more this year than I probably ever have. So uh,
I
I'm
did it,
kind
man. I
of
stayed true to my word. I told you before, I was like, last year I did an unhealthy amount of mock drafts, bro. And this year, I think I did like 2 or 3. And that was it, bro. I've stayed away from it, man. PFF actually helped me out when they put a paywall on they joint. So I was like, yeah,
man.
you're not getting no money out of me. So you helped me curb the itch.
You can't even do any trades, man. It's just like once you log, that's it. Just
Hey
you're doing
man,
it live, man.
hey, they appreciate you putting that paywall up, PFF, because you was not about to get a single cent out of me. So you helped me exercise my mock draft demons.
Yeah. So actually I was searching far and wide, and it pretty much, you know what, man? I think I found my second calling by doing this, man. I think I need to get into like some kind of programming because I pretty much found a simulator that let me do what I needed to do to kind of create the whole layout and everything the way I needed it to be, because I would notice that these simulators are based on the team needs that people randomly upload. They're they're like player rankings or their big board and everything, and that's what they're all based out of. And when you run it, it's the same picks over and over again. And like I remember one, I PFF actually, I was playing on there, and like Travis Hunter was falling to like 12 on every single one. I'm like, okay, well, this is just shot. Like this is the most unrealistic thing,
Yeah,
ever. So, but it's good, man. Like I like the ideas. Kind of now, I kind of have a grasp on. I mean, granted, things happen, but I have a pretty good grasp on like who will be in the target areas for most of our picks within a range of like 10 to 15 spots. Um, I'm with you. I wasn't for the long. I was cool with Genty. I was cool with Warren, but nah, man, I'm with you. If it's not, and it's looking like it's probably not going to be any of those people that you named, unless we trade up to get Abdul Carter, which I have heard more of lately. Which I don't know if I'm cool with trading up. I'm not a big fan of trading up, but if it's not him, and it's not going to be Mason Graham, I mean, I think they'll both be gone in the top 5, and Will Campbell probably too now. So, with it looking like New York probably not going to go after Shador. So if they don't, I mean, I don't see any reason why Will Campbell doesn't go to at least New England or someone trades up to snag him. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. It seems like they'll get the most bang for their buck if they trade back. Um, that said, if they do trade back, all right, how far would you be willing to trade back, and what type of player are you looking to get?
I think the ideal spot would be somewhere in the middle to late teens, not falling, into the 20s.
Okay.
But with that being said, you would also be okay with going into the 20s, depending on what that other team is willing to give you.
Yeah.
If they coming up to 10 and you getting, 21, 22, 23, something like that, and you getting an extra second and a third this year, and then maybe like a second or a third next year, like, all right, well now we could talk.
Yeah.
But um, but just for me, I think going somewhere into that middle to late teens. I've seen like the Colts spot is one that a lot of people keep talking about as the Colts potentially wanting to come up. Um, and then the wild card, I think, is Pittsburgh sitting there at 21. Like, what's going to happen with like they need a quarterback. So, how is that going to play out?
Hear me out, man. I mean, it probably won't play out this way just because so many people have Shador ranked so high, and I think the way the algorithm is going to work, he'll probably go a lot sooner. But how likely do you see Shador dropping to 21 to the Steelers?
I don't.
No, you think
I,
he get?
I
I mean,
don't.
because who snags him if? I mean, it's looking like the
New
Giants aren't going to get him.
Orleans,
You think so?
New Orleans at 9. They QB spot is in a flux right now because now it's sounding like
Yeah.
Derek Carr might be out for the whole year.
Oh
So,
yeah. So that
um,
might be a
so
need.
where are they going? At QB without
Yeah.
him. So yeah, that's a spot. And is Pittsburgh or is anybody else that may potentially want Shador? Are they willing to package what it would take to get to 8 to get in front of
Yeah.
to get in front of New Orleans?
Yeah.
So then at that point um, you're talking about Cam Ward going 1, and then Shador potentially going the second quarterback off the board at 9.
Yep.
Now Pittsburgh potentially is sitting there at 21 trying to figure out if Jackson Dart is worth, that pick there at 21.
Yep.
Um,
So,
which, hey,
yeah.
have at it.
So everybody that's joining us, if you want to just stick around, we're so pretty soon I have a whole mock simulator coming up, and CJ and I with your all's help and y'all input, we're gonna go through a full mock draft for the Bears. Of course, the first round will be a little bit slower, and it'll speed up as time goes by, but it's not going to take like 10 hours to do it because once we get past the third round, man, turns into an expeditious draft. But this is just something fun, man. It's something that we wanted to do for just follower engagement, and also it just gives us an idea of what to expect next week for the Bears. But I'm sorry, did I miss? Did you answer? Who do you want if we trade back? So say we trade back down. Who are you looking for in that area?
Hey, before I answer that, if anybody sees me keep glancing off to the side right here, that's just the play-in tournament game that's on the TV.
I
That's
got
keep
it on my phone. I got it on my phone
it
right here.
keep catching my eye. So that's what I'm looking at, bro. Ain't nobody coming through the window. But yeah, if they trade back, I think somebody mentioned it last week. My bad if I don't know who it was, but Mason Graham's partner on the D line, Grant. Is it Kenneth? His first name Kenneth? I don't want to get the young
Yes.
man name wrong. Kenneth. Okay, so Kenneth Grant.
Yep.
That's the dude. Walter Nolan, the other interior lineman from Ole Miss, I want to say. That's a target. Um, if you don't go far enough and Tyler Warren is still on the board, in the middle teens to late teens, run that card up to the
Oh.
podium. Um, Other than that, like I don't really see like at that point, if you trading back, at that point, like all right, you getting some sort of O line, D line help.
Yeah.
Even if they trade back in the tackle that was hurt, the one from Ohio State. If his
Yep.
medicals come back clean, and he might be somebody that's ready to go, at some point early on in the year or by halfway through the year, and you want to, kind of slowly phase him in and let Braxton Jones maybe start the year, and then when he's ready to go, they swap. Simmons is his name. Simmons takes over, and now Braxton Jones is your swing tackle. Uh,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? And there's the good thing about like, so the Bears got pretty decent depth at a couple of spots where they can just kind of cross that position off the board for the first like
Yeah.
2 or 3 rounds. Um, they don't necessarily need a corner. Obviously, they don't need a quarterback. They're not drafting a wide receiver in the first 2 or 3 rounds, I don't believe, unless unless there's somebody in like the third round that they envision being their slot receiver of the future for the next 4, 5, 6 years. Um, Other than that, like I don't really see.
Yeah.
Obviously, not interior offensive line. You traded away draft capital to for those guys.
Yeah.
Um,
The only thing we're
so yeah,
missing, I think, with interior line is just depth. Actually, our offensive line in general is depth because I mean, we have solid starters with the exception of the question mark for Braxton Jones, which I'm all in favor of getting another tackle to take his spot or, at least compete. You know what I mean? Because league wide line is mostly like that's the most injury ridden position, it seems like, in football. I mean,
hmm
so many offensive lines are plug and play. So that's why I will get there when pretty soon I'm about to pull up this
if you
this mock
if
draft
you
simulator.
if you set on you want depth on the interior O line, that's still pieces that you can get in free agency if you need to.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you don't need to commit a premium draft spot to a depth piece on the interior line. And take
yeah,
away from other guys because hey, one thing I mean, I don't know if it's going to come while we do this mock draft, but uh, you need a
running backs.
safety.
Everybody want running. Yes, that's
You
that's
need a
a that's a that's
safety,
a that's
and you
big.
and you potentially might need two. You know,
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
a replacement for Kevin Byard for sure, but
yeah.
we don't know
Brisker.
what Jaquan Brisker is going to be. Man, that man is Bob Sanders 2.0 with the way he plays the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
And you don't know. I know that Ben Johnson came out within the last couple of weeks and said that he's fully cleared, but he's still
yeah. Question mark.
one tackle away from being done. So
Yeah. What I'm gonna
yeah,
do
man.
first right now is I'm gonna run a ticker across the bottom. It's gonna have all of our picks through all of our rounds. This is without any trades, of course, so people have an idea of what we're picking. I mean, one thing I will say, I mean, regardless of the moves we made or how we feel about polls, I mean, that trade with Carolina got us a lot of draft picks. So we're finally getting the last few. So we get an extra second rounder. That means we get 3 potential starting positions in the first 2 rounds. So that's why I agree with you, man, with the depth. Like, I guess these 3 positions can potentially start this year. So don't draft for somebody that's not going to be out there to make an impact right away. But what I'm going to do, man, for everybody I'm seeing all the comments. Sorry, y'all. We
Juice
just,
Eddie, what up, man? Stay
yep.
around
What up? What up,
and
everybody?
participate with us. Juice Eddie, Larry, what up, man? Zell Rose
Yeah,
Beats over there watching on YouTube. What's up?
we see you all. Just
For sure.
me and CJ got a habit of running our mouths, so we gotta come back to you all. we love our Bears, man. So we got to come back, circle back around for everybody. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up this mock draft simulator. If you all can let me know, because I don't know. I'm assuming most people are probably watching it on their phone. So if I need to make it bigger, let me know. But I'm gonna pull it up now so everybody can see. Let me know if it's big enough. Everybody can see what's going on. CJ, how about you, man? You see pretty decent?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, cool. So what we have here is like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, this one is like you can customize it the way you almost need to. And like the way I wanted to do it is based off most of the mock drafts that I saw, right? I wanted this to kind of simulate kind of what most people have predicted that is going to happen. All granted, it's an algorithm of its own, so anything can happen. They'll have trades pop up or whatever. But for the most part, it should be good. I'm gonna run it first. If I see something, I'll just let you know right now. If I see something wild like Shedeur going number 1 or something like that, I'm gonna just restart it because I'm not even about to deal with that. But yeah, so I like it, man. This is pretty cool. It's something this guy made it on. I saw it on Reddit actually, so I was able to fill in, plug team needs and everything. So yeah, so I'm gonna let it run. The first over here on the left, you'll have your picks. People on the right here, you have your players that are available. So I'm gonna start it up, and you'll see the picks populate. I'm gonna keep my cursor start pause just so like when trades happen, I like to see what kind of trades people are talking about. So I'm gonna start it up here, and you all please let me know. I'm already seeing comments. So CJ, let me know if you see some comments, and I'll pause it real quick so I want everybody to get involved.
Genty or Hampton is is what I'm seeing.
Man, Chicago wants their running back, man. I'm seeing everybody, but I'm about to start it up here, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man.
All right. So Cam goes number 1. Abdul Carter number 2, which is probably what's going to happen, him or Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter at 3. And Mason Graham went to the Patriots. That's well, that's fine. It just flip-flop because I would assume Will Campbell would go there. So Genty to the Raiders. Membo to the Jets. Yeah, this is pretty much what I've seen most people.
Yeah, it's pretty solid so far.
Oh, Tet. I usually see Jalen Walker go to Carolina. Yeah.
Nah, I've seen a lot of that.
A lot of Tet. Yeah, Tet McMillan. And he's all right.
And
so
Shedeur to the Saints.
Yep. So that's about generally what I've seen so far. So we fall with the Bears here, the best available. I mean, we have Jalen Walker now, which if he were to fall, that'd be hard to pass up on. Again, though, but that is a depth pick. Tyler Warren, of course.
Receiver. They do. That's an accurate comment. Panthers definitely need wide receiver.
Yep.
So this is falling pretty much the way, kind of what I said with those 3 guys that I wanted, in my opinion. They're gone.
Yep.
So this is a spot. So I do have a question for you and anybody else who wants to answer this. Where do you have Walker ranked with his partner Williams? Jalen Walker and Michael Williams, Michael or Mike Hill, however you, my bad for butchering his name. But Williams and Walker, the 2 edge / outside linebackers from Georgia, where do people have them ranked?
John, I agree. Like, I'm sorry, everybody else chime in, but they're both. They're not downed edge rushers. You know what I mean? They're not your Micah Parsons. They're not. What's his RAS at? Oh, he didn't even have one. Neither one of them do. So,
hey, Juice, are you saying Walker is more of a 3-4 edge? So they got Tyler Warren as best available, along with Walker, Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron, another corner, Mike Hill Williams. Is that Malachi Starks, and then Shamar Stewart.
Yep. So go down a little bit more.
None of that. I agree. So he's saying Walker is more of a 3-4 edge.
Yeah.
None of that is none of those names right there are really making me feel like, oh, we have to pick here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's somebody there that we absolutely we cannot trade back. We have to have this person. There's nobody on the board right there where I'm like, oh no. They gotta make this pick. I
agree 1,000%.
Yeah, so that's the spot where we'll be like, man, now you just cross your fingers and you're hoping that somebody is calling and making you an offer to go back. You feel me? Hopefully maybe somebody down in there, maybe the Colts or down there at 14 or somebody, But he's saying, my bad. He's saying I like Warren's flexibility, but not at 10.
I do. I
I
do.
like him, and I wouldn't be mad if they take him at 10. I'll say that. I wouldn't be upset if they take him at
Yep.
10. But
I agree.
it's not a spot where I'm like, Warren's on the board. You gotta take it. We can't pass him. Like, no, I'm perfectly okay with passing on him right there
Well,
if you have an offer on the table to trade back.
yep. So let me show you. This is what's cool. I mean, it's most, but you got your trade options. So right off the bat, I like this one. For the number 10 pick, we can trade back and get the number 19 from Tampa Bay and a number 53. That way, now we're adding a fourth potential starter. So I like that one. That one trades in our favor too slightly. Now we can go back one with San Fran and pick up a fourth round pick that we got rid of. I tend to like the Buccaneers one though. You get another premium spot personally. And I don't know, man. I don't know if you pass up on this. This is Cardinals. Trade back for the number 16, the number 47, and pick up a fourth round pick, although they want our third round. All of them lean in our favor. CJ, let me know if you want me to go back, or anybody let me know if you want to go back.
I think I know which one I would say take. Let's see if there's a couple of comments.
Yeah, I want to see. Are we set on trading? That's the first thing. Are we set on trading?
Between me and you, I think we both are set on let's trade back. So let's do that. But let's see if there's any comments on which one of those two trades.
Yes. So it's between. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, CJ.
No, you was getting ready to say exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah. So it's between Tampa Bay's trade. We're swapping first round picks. We pick up their number 19. And we'll pick up their number 53 in the second round. Or we have Arizona, where we get a higher first round pick. We get their number 16. We also get their number 47, which is a higher second round pick. And we pick up their fourth round, which we don't have a fourth rounder, but they also want our third round. So I don't know. Anybody else? All right, someone said trade back with Arizona. So this is CJ. Let me know what you think. Tampa Bay. So we're split. So I want to hear what you say. So we're split right now. I love this. This is what I like. I want to hear everybody's input because I don't think you can go wrong either way.
My vote would be along with Arizona, only because this draft is touted as a very deep middle draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So although you giving up the third, you still getting two other picks, in the middle rounds.
And that third, pretty much we now have a third second round pick. I'd rather take that second round pick to replace that third round pick anyway. So, and we also, we got pick 148. So we're picking 115 and then we have 148. It's just going to be a gap after 47. So, how does everybody feel going with the Arizona one? Everybody cool with that? Anybody disagree?
Give it 10, 15 seconds to see if another vote or two comes in. But if not, then I guess we'll roll with the Arizona package.
Yeah. I thought that too, get a next year pick too, maybe. But so what I noticed is the only thing.
You're not going back far enough to get somebody's pick for next year. That's the issue.
And with this simulator too, when you leave the offers and go to propose a trade, the algorithm completely changes. Like if I were to propose this same exact trade to them that they offered me, they would reject it. So it's weird like that. So you either got to take it or we're just going with the 10. I think.
So one of the things that we and other people should keep in mind when you're talking about draft trades, whether it's before the draft or day of, during, a lot of teams use the Jimmy Johnson kind of
clock time is up.
We're fired. A lot of teams use that Jimmy Johnson scoring method on the value that certain picks hold in comparison to others. So I'm just using that as an example for the commenter who said it'd be nice to get a pick for next year. Yeah, it would, but the number 10 pick isn't high enough, and it doesn't hold enough value for a team to justify giving up, a package of picks this year and a pick next year.
So before we finalize that trade, 16, it's another thing. This is what it's looking like. 16 is going to look, we're looking at the realm of Malachi Shamar Stewart, Kelvin Banks. You still got Josh Simmons, Loveland. So these are all people that I would have wanted anyways, since we missed out on the people that we really got. 19, you're coming down a little bit more. You can still, we got Grant available there. I mean, we could take Grant at 16. Honestly, we don't have to wait till we drop some more or whatever. But if we drop to 19, we're in the realm of, the Colson Lovelace, the Josh Simmons, and the Grants. So, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take that Arizona one. Except that we lingered on this one pick for long enough. We already out of there, so we accepted. So, all right, they traded up to get Jalen Walker, the Cardinals. So that was their move to trade up. They gave us that bag for Jalen.
That's interesting well, I mean, obviously it's not real, but they just gave Josh Sweat a bunch of money to come back to Arizona, and then you would give up more draft capital to put into that position. I don't know if that's
it's not realistic.
But it is what it is.
San Fran got Will Johnson. Tyler Warren's still on the board. That's crazy.
That's solid for them because they got what's the name left to go to Indy, Travarius Ward.
Jade, okay, he's finally off the board with the Dolphins. So this is where me and CJ were talking about this earlier. Yeah, so this is where I can see maybe going back-to-back tight ends and see if they get Loveland. Oh no, they got Michael Williams. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
and then Shamar Stewart.
So Loveland's on the board. Grant's on the board. Banks is still on the board. Just thinking of the guys off the top of my head. Simmons is on the board.
Yep. Just for shits and giggles, man. Let me just. I always like to see what people offer. No, I ain't giving up a first round pick for that. Bills want us to trade back to the 30th and get another second round pick.
Nah. We're gonna stay here at 16 and we're gonna figure it out.
I just like to look. I just like to see what we're missing out on. So what do we all think? No, I can't do Hampton at 16, man. I can't go for that. I don't know. Personally, I say I'm conflicted between Starks, Banks, and Grant. I'm tending to lean towards Banks because of his versatility to play inside in case we do need that depth, and he could start at tackle. Grant is a dog, so I think he'll almost – I don't know. I mean, I think he'll start day one, honestly. But I want you to – what's your input, man?
Look, either Grant or Banks.
I agree. Starks is intriguing too, but I don't know if our need for safety isn't that dire.
Yeah. I think that unless we get another comment, I think that since the both of us are already teetering on Grant and we got a comment for Grant,
might as well just go Grant.
I think that's a good spot. And it's not going to hurt you because that's a Michigan guy. So I am perfectly fine with Kenneth Grant at 16 after trading back and picking up additional draft capital. I think that's a solid pick.
I would cry if we got him for real, but in a good way. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that pick. Sure. So with the 10th pick, oh wait, let me be cheesy. I saw CJ before we started, and with the 10th pick, pick is in. So with the 10th pick, I'm sorry, the 16th pick.
16th pick,
yeah. Trading back. Bears have drafted D lineman from Michigan, Kenneth Grant, and Kelvin Banks went right after that. So I mean, it was going to be one or the other. So Mike Green goes. I'm curious to see where Hampton goes because sometimes he'll fall, sometimes he won't. Yeah, all the guys we wanted are going like right around where we were.
Man, it's crazy. Jackson Dart to Pittsburgh. The thing that's wild is how far Luther Burden is falling in people's draft analysis.
Yeah,
he was wide receiver 1 over T Mac for a long time, especially in the beginning of the college football season. And
34.
so seeing him go now, even in this mock draft, he's still on the board,
Oof.
and three
They got
wide receivers have
Simmons.
gone already.
Yep. Packers got Simmons.
Simmons to the Packers. I'm beyond the
Damn.
point of worrying about what the other teams in the division are
Yeah.
doing at this point. You know, we got a
Yep.
quarterback. Hey, let's do it.
Yep. Lions. Who
Loveland
they
to the
going after?
Rams.
Oh, Hampton went to your boys, the Ravens. They got the
That's
1-2 punch.
that's nasty.
That's just a luxury that they would
That's
just go
nasty.
crazy with. Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Luther Burden to the Chiefs is disgusting.
And they only traded back one and they just swapped picks.
Hey, that's
They have-
disgusting, man. If Luther Burden found his way in Kansas City with Xavier Worthy,
It's not even fair.
and but that's also a spot where I was curious to see if he would have failed.
Oh man, I was hoping this is one of the guys I hope fall to us.
Who was that?
Scarton from Texas A&M. Tennessee jumped up and they traded Buffalo. Buffalo traded back twice.
Hey, can you pause it real quick? Are you
It's
able
paused.
to?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
paused.
What I was getting ready to say about KC, that was a spot that I was curious to see if Loveland would have failed there too.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he would have fell there, or if
That's
he
crazy.
does when a draft happens, if he was able to fall there and you draft him as Kelsey's replacement and have him spend a year or two, I don't know how long Kelsey plans on playing, but if he was able to learn under Kelsey for at least a year, and they unleash him in that offense with Worthy and whoever else, like, man, that would be crazy. But according to this one, Luther Burden, the kids,
Yeah. That's nasty.
man, that's nasty.
Hey, Joe, man, you're too late. You should have spoke up when we were on the pick, man. You missed it.
Yeah, he would have if he would have got here 30 seconds earlier, put his
Yep.
or 60
gonna
seconds
continue.
earlier, maybe. Go ahead.
All right, the Eagles got Gray Zabel.
Gray
more
Zabel.
just
O-line
stacking
for
that
the
line.
Eagles. Mm-hmm.
Second round. All right, so let me stop right here. Do we have any? So this is me personally, okay? So after looking at this, there's only really two more options we have left for a starting tackle this year, right?
Simmons and
no, Simmons is gone. I'm talking about
I'm
what's
sorry.
left on the board now.
Yeah,
we got
okay, yeah.
we got Josh Connolly from Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got Ariante Ursi from Minnesota. Those are probably the only two starting tackles from this draft.
I would be cool. I would be cool with either one of those guys if they still there at 39.
What's crazy is I've never seen Nolan and Harmon drop this low on any mock draft that I've done. They're still available in the second round. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the two offensive tackles I think that we need. But with the fact that we traded back, we can kind of flex and kind of play around a little bit right there. But do we have any desire to trade up to get anybody right now? Is what I'm saying. Like,
nope. There's nobody left in the draft, period, that I would be willing to trade up for.
So not Connolly, because Connolly he'll be gone.
Nope, the entire draft can fall to the Bears at this point.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let it run. Giants got Walter No. Oh, damn. Steelers traded for him. Got Nolan. Damn, man. Connolly gone.
To the Bills.
Yep. Tyler Booker, the best interior lineman in the draft, is gone. Derek Harmon is gone. All right. Well, we got our tackle anyway. It's D tackle, so we're okay on that. All right. So we're sitting at 39. And see, this is what I don't like with the 39th pick when we lose out on those tackles, because we're really stuck with a bunch of positions that we don't need in this area unless we want to get.
Did both of them go?
Yeah, they both went. That's what I was saying. We're gonna have to trade up. Oh no, the Ursi will probably be around for 41. I very, very highly doubt someone will pick him. I don't think the Seahawks are gonna pick Ursi. So we can there's more of a likelihood, like if we were looking at Travion right now, it's more likely that I don't even think
Milrow,
Seahawks should
knock it
pick him
off.
up. No to
um,
Milrow. I'm
so
surprised he's left.
this is a spot where I would be okay with running back. Definitely wasn't cool with running back in the first
At
round.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. 49ers are offering the 43rd pick and a 4th round pick. No, not 51. That's too far back. Seahawks want to swap picks with us and giving us a 5th. It's unnecessary at that point.
Yeah.
So you cool with Travion? I think that's probably the most logical person to pick up.
I would be cool with him there. We'll see if there's any other comments other than the craziness of Jalen Milrow.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I know he's joking, but I mean, I hope he's joking.
Let me go down a little further because these rankings sometimes are not all that. I mean, we still got Princely here. I don't know how to pronounce his last
still
name.
there on the board.
That's what I was looking at too for maybe the
JTT.
Yeah, JTT. I mean, he's and Landon Jackson. Those are two great edge rushers that might be there for the third pick. That second round pick we have is going to be tough. Oh, Quinshawn. I'd rather have Travion than Quinshawn. Travion.
Quinshawn is built like a damn tank, though, bro.
Yes, so I guess okay. So I say that to say I don't think we have a long term with Swift. I think Quinshawn and Swift for the long term would be good, but I think the fact that we're going to get rid of Swift, we need that speedy back and a good third down back, which I think Travion is better at. Quinshawn also, where is he at? He's not too far behind, but yeah, Quinshawn's at 52. Personally, I'd rather have Travion trade back for Henderson.
I don't know if he's going to be able to trade back. He's going to be going pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be going because even if Seahawks don't get him right here, I can see someone else jumping up to get him. I think. Yeah. Are you cool with? What do you think, man? You think just?
I say, you know what? I say go with we got solid feedback coming. Take if you cool with it, we can go with the tackle from Minnesota.
Go for him right now, just in case. Yeah. Ariante, just so you can see, everybody sees I'm not tripping. I mean, his RAS, his relative athleticism, pretty much. He won Lineman of the Year for the Big Ten. First team All Big Ten honors. I think he was All American. Second team All Big Ten in 2023. I mean, he was just a dog, man. If you look up anything more about him, he really was a dog. And I think at one point he was projected to be a first round pick. So I don't think we can go wrong with him. So Ariante Ursi, man, is going to be the pick. I don't think we can be mad at a tackle coming to Chicago. And we still got Travion. We still got Travion on the board. And all right, let me see what else. What other pick do we have? 47 is the next one. So what are we thinking? Is we just going to go Travion?
I think that's probably so I want him. Is that would taking him make more sense or be more important than maybe looking at safety here?
Xavier Watts, I think, will be available at 47. I can almost guarantee he'll be available at 47. I mean, it is a chance. Also, we can wait and get Caleb Johnson at 47 if we get Xavier now. It's a lot of options, man.
I don't know if I wanted one of the two between Mason Taylor. If I wanted one of the two between Henderson and Johnson, give me Henderson all day. And that's really like no shade to Caleb Johnson. But
no, I think Caleb Johnson's more of a
Henderson is not being caught in the open field. You're not catching that kid in the open field. I've seen a lot of tape of Caleb Johnson being ran down, and he's good moves, good vision, a lot more like David Montgomery than Gibbs, though.
That's what I was
You
gonna
know,
say. Man, you literally
he's
were in my. He's
if you
great
would
at third
compare
down
the
pass
two,
blocking.
yeah, he's
Great
more
at third down
Montgomery.
pass
He's more
blocking.
Montgomery than he is Gibbs. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
we want a Gibbs.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna
So
go ahead and take Travion. I think that'll be the. I said Judkins been more healthy and has speed. Just both good running backs on the same team. I don't think you can go wrong with Judkins. I just think Travion has more upside, especially for a Ben Johnson offense. Like you said, it kind of more represented Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm
the
also
the
not against not taking a running back right now too. So
hey,
I'm not against that.
the one running back I've been pounding the table for that I think
Scatterboo.
just in my opinion, the one that I think is good because this whole time everybody's been, trying to connect these imaginary dots between Ben Johnson and having to draft Ashton Genty because he was there in Detroit when they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. Ashton Genty and Jahmyr Gibbs are nothing alike.
Mm-mm.
They're not the same running back.
No.
Ashton Genty is your prototypical three down bowling ball running back, bro.
Yep.
That's not Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is your change of pace, receiving running back, home run hitter out of the backfield. We're talking about two different things. You know,
Yep.
Genty is a dude who is he's gonna have much more. When it's all said and done, he probably will double Jahmyr Gibbs as far as rushing yards. But Gibbs will probably double him in receiving yards. When their careers is over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
and I mean Gibbs also he's got the big playability.
but
I,
to go back to what I was getting ready to say, the one running back that I've been pounding the table over is Jaden Blue from Texas. That's the kid with top end speed that I think in the fourth or fifth round you could find him. Kind
I'm
of like Tampa found Bucky last year. But Jaden Blue is the one that I think is the
I
closest to Jahmyr Gibbs of those running backs that everybody is trying to
look. So look,
compare to.
I guess here this is what I guess I should have asked this before we started. But are we trying to simulate what we think the Bears should do, or are we trying to simulate probably what the Bears are in the realm of what they're gonna do? Because I'm cool with not getting a running back right now, 100%. Because again, I don't. This person, I mean, you always can have a two running back system, but I'm completely cool with not getting a running back. The only problem is in this position right here. I mean, we would look more at like a edge rusher if we wanted to. I'm not a big fan of Mason Taylor. He's slow. He's more like a Cole Kmet type, and it don't make no sense to have two Cole Kmets on one team. If we were to get rid of Cole Kmet, I'm cool with having him, but Tyler Warren and Colston are different because they can play the slot. They're more of the Kelsey type tight ends.
How we feel about Princely right there in that spot?
Ooh. I don't know. I would like JT over Princely. I like Princely. I think I would take JT over Princely though. Princely, yeah, his RAS. Let me see if I can. What was his 40 time? He's 4.7, so he's not too fast. I don't know.
I feel like Princely has more. I think his ceiling is higher as a pass rusher. I think JTT might have his floor may be higher as far as overall, setting the edge, stopping the run, all of that combined. But I think if you're talking about just looking for a flat out edge rush who's going to go get the quarterback,
Princely.
just personally, I think Princely has slightly more upside when it comes to that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we can get him at 47 if we need to, but it's up to you, man. I think I'm cool. It doesn't. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but I'm cool with any of the combination because I think those are people we'll likely end up getting between Travion, Landon Jackson, JT, Xavier Watts, Quinshawn.
I'm cool. I don't want to waffle too long on this because we'll end up being here 2.5 hours. So
yeah,
we could do a Travion if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Travion, because I think that's what they're gonna end up getting anyways. Donovan Jackson goes to the Jets. Matter of fact, let me speed this up a little bit. It's a little too slow now.
You know, our on the clock management needs to be studied. Thankfully,
I
this is a
know, right?
mock draft, sir, and we don't have to do this in a
We're
minute
trying
or
to
two
include you
like they
all.
have to. Yeah, we try to make this interactive. So
All right, so we
so
really
so
didn't lose
actually so
anybody.
actually y'all clock management. I'm glad you said y'all our because y'all clock management needs to be studied as well. Y'all need to be a little bit faster with those Twitter fingers typing.
So the NFL didn't help us because they literally didn't draft anybody we were considering. So we still got the same people on here. We got Landon Jackson. I do like Landon Jackson. I think his RAS is insane. Yeah, he's at 9.78. He only had 6.5 sacks.
I got two. I got two kind of suggestions, and that's Landon Jackson
Xavier Watts.
Xavier Watts. Yeah, those would be my two suggestions.
Yeah. I would think Landon Jackson would be more bang for your buck at this part. I mean, but so neither one is essentially going to start. Yeah, let me look at the trade odds. Someone just said, "What are the trade options?" We don't want to give up. We'll gain a third round back if we trade this one, but that doesn't make sense. Same thing with this one. Same thing with that one. So we don't have anybody trading their second round pick. Maybe next year's second round pick we're getting, but best we're getting is picking up a third round pick, which will pretty much just cancel out and nullify our first round pick in the first place, our first round trade. So it sucks, man, because I would want to pick somebody here that I know will start. And I just don't see anybody here that I think would start. So
Yeah, I mean, but one of the things is
I'm
there's
cool.
not a lot of positions. There's not a lot of guys that you're going to be drafting
I'm
at
cool with
any point
Xavier, actually.
at any point in the draft. Honestly, that of guys that are going to start, of course, with the options that were on the board.
Yeah.
Other than staying at 10 and taking, a Will Campbell or a Mason Graham or Abdul Carter, your options of people who are coming in and starting right off the bat,
Yeah.
are limited. So
I think with the question marks with Brisker, I think Xavier Watts would be the most logical. He'll get the most playing time out of this pick right here. I don't love the guy from the Colts we picked up at the end, but I think Xavier Woods will probably be the best bet. Anybody chime in? Anybody depth for line right now? You talk about for D line?
probably both. Probably both, if not offensive line, would be my guess because
Yeah, they don't have anybody really for offensive line right here. I think the closest, well, this guy is a dog, man. Jonah from Arizona, he's a beast too. I think
man,
he only allowed 2 sacks in 3 years.
he's he's a swing guy. He's a guy I
Yeah,
think he's played mostly tackle at Arizona, I want to say, but
yeah. It
he's
says
kind of
versatility
like
allowed him to play both guard and tackle position effectively. So
yeah, he's kind of like Skoronski. I think they got him tabbed as moving inside when he gets to the NFL.
I wouldn't mind picking him up. Him or Xavier Watts. I don't know. I'm not. I like Landon Jackson, but
Can you
I don't know if I'm.
before well, I want to make this pick really quickly, but can
Yep.
are you able to sort it by position?
Yeah. What do you want to look for?
Who are the next safeties behind Watts? Just to refresh my memory, because I know you
So
got the kid, the one from Texas.
Makuba is the one that most people think, but we don't have that third round pick anymore.
Mhm.
Unless we trade up to go after him to get that third round pick. We can do that because we got 115 and 148. I mean, we're not really with the Bears, so we could trade a next year's pick to trade up if we really want to. But so I'm not a big fan of Kevin Winston. I saw him get burnt a lot playing against him the last couple of years.
So let's go with
But Jonas,
yeah,
I'm
let's go with him there, roll the dice on either Watts falling or trying to maybe come up and get Makuba.
okay.
If
So
if you cool with that, I know we got one comment at least who want some more depth for the O line, which makes sense.
So you're cool with Jonah?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be mad with the Bears getting depth at O line, man. So I'm gonna speed this up because this is gonna be a while before we pick. I do want to see some of the other picks, but we're running kind of long right now.
Yeah, we can. I guess we
Landon
could
Jackson,
pause
Landon
it
Jackson,
somewhere. Pause it somewhere around the 80s and see.
or even before that, I'll do like 60s, mid 60s, something like that. Well, I'll wait to the third round. I'll wait till around our pick, like around 70, because where our original pick would be. Xavier Watts just got drafted at 59. Dang, that's crazy.
From what I've heard and listened to, I think his issue is going to be just overall athleticism.
His RAS is terrible. Yeah.
I think people tab him as just a kind of like a football player. Like he's going to impact the game, but his measurables and his athleticism, I don't think jumps off the page to a lot of evaluators.
All right, so I paused it at 71. I keep forgetting. That's another person I wish we would get at. I think we could really, if we don't get an edge by 72, the third round pick, Josiah would be an excellent pick for us, man. Josiah's a beast. I mean, I am biased because I've seen him play a lot, but Tate Rutledge is another person that I from Georgia that would be a good pick for us in the third round that I looked at. He was a beast too. He just got hurt last year. He hurt his ankle, so he didn't play. Otherwise he'd have been the number one interior lineman this year. So Makuba still, he's a ways down too. So I'll run a little bit more. Who needs a safety? Actually, Seahawks need a safety. Panthers need a safety. So we'll see. Tell me when you want me to pause it.
I mean, yeah, I'm just reading the comment. I mean, yeah, they got plenty of people who you can afford to get rid of for a couple of picks. Cole Kmet being one of them. If you were, and I know the opportunity has already passed, to take a Warren or a Colston Loveland, but he's a guy that if you got rid of for picks, you gaining picks, and you also saving $10 million against the cap. But you would have to be kind of certain that you bringing somebody in to replace that production. So, but then once those first two guys are gone, I think it falls off a ways when you start talking about Arroyo from Miami and who's the other cat, the guy from Bowling Green that's been getting a lot of love. And Mason Taylor, of course. I can't remember his name. There's a tight end from Bowling Green. His name has been.
How you feel about this? Given that fourth round pickup, next year's third round for the number 78 pick.
Too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Only reason why I said that is because I don't really care about next year's third round like that. I mean, I do in real life. I'm just not on this. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna have to give that up to trade up in the 80s. I don't think anybody's gonna. That's the cheapest I found.
Yeah, we'll let it roll there. We'll see what happens. Been nice to have them, but oh well.
It's what it is.
We just gonna roll with what's available.
All right, he's still on the board at. Oh, they got Winstead ahead of him.
Interesting.
Still on the board at 82. Let me see what 83 wants. Same thing. You don't know what he want anything less? Yeah, it's over with. Over with.
Tyler Shuck, quarterback. That's a decent spot for him.
Oh yeah.
Harold Fannin. There he is. That's his name. The tight end for Bowling Green. His name has been rocking it up mock draft and boards.
So either one of these, I mean, we keep our fourth, but we're giving up our fifth. Well, whatever. I'll just let it run. I'm over it. He ain't even all that. Well, he gone. He's gone anyways. So there you go. Not even worried about it.
To Jacksonville. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna speed up the. I'll go up to 2 seconds. Emory Jones, he'll be a decent backup to get. That could be around when we pick at 72. He's another one. Cam Scatterboo.
The people's champ.
Right? All right, what's our pick again? Do you remember? It was like
It was like
113.
I was about to say 112 or 13, 15, something like that.
15.
Will Howard to the Browns. Wow.
All right.
Gunnar Helm just went. So
Quinn Ewers with the 4th round pick. Let me update that because it says we're on round 2 still. We are on round 4. And I didn't I gotta do the sound next time, man. Remind me.
Where is Elijah Arroyo? Tight end for Miami.
I think he's gone already.
Hey, he went before the woo.
Yeah, I think he's Yeah, I think he's around that 3rd round pick that we have because he's another one. When I do the mock draft, he's usually around right there. Okay. Billy Bowman looks like the best available. He's another one. His RAS is low. 3rd team All SEC. Quincy Riley. If we're looking to get another cornerback, which we don't need. Got your boy Xavier here if we want to pick up a receiver.
Nah, I think round 4 is too high for Strap.
So I like Sanker, and I also
did Bond go from Texas? The one with the legal trouble right now?
What position is he at again?
Wide receiver.
Yeah, he had to have because he's not on here.
Yeah, I figured. But
So this guy is the unicorn.
That's the ultimate troll comment that is just not factually correct.
What's that?
There's been plenty of Miami players who have come to Chicago and did well. One of them just went into the Hall of Fame. So I do not want to hear what Joseph Lehman has to say today about Miami. What about Greg Olson? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, so we do need an edge. That's a good point. We need an edge right now, but I don't know who's the best edge available. Best edge available, David Walker, Central Arkansas. I don't know about that. His RAS is decent. 10.5 sacks. Sorrow's RAS is through the roof. 6 sacks. That's not bad. How's your boy here, man? Tyler Barron.
Barron,
5.5.
Too streaky for me at 4.
Yeah. Now we're getting
super
really out
toolsy. He's a super toolsy dude. I feel like he's gonna be successful, but like I can't justify. I don't know. I mean, I guess 4 isn't a bad spot for you to be rolling the dice on guys, but
yeah. He was saying the guy from Central Arkansas. So the only problem with David Walker, he's got 10.5 sacks in 12 games, which is great. But it's Central Arkansas. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, you do see these success stories from these smaller schools for sure. But I mean, what are these FCS? So
this is a spot where I personally would be looking for slot receiver of the future.
Yeah,
I'd be looking for that. I'd be looking for edge, but you also don't need to force an edge pick because of the signings. So
yeah, I don't know. Billy Bowman,
and they're going to give the guy that they gave up draft capital to trade up for last year in Austin Booker. They're not going to continue to push him down the depth chart. They're going to give him every opportunity to make an impact this year. So you already got Sweat and you brought in the guy from Indy, like you said before. Unless you drafting a dude that you know is going to be a dog, why would you bring in another experimental guy in the fourth round that's just going to take snaps away from Booker, who you obviously like because you traded a pick to come up and get him.
Uh-huh.
So
we gotta make a pick here, man.
who else is after, if you search by receiver, who else is available other than Restrepo? Because I think he might end up going undrafted, honestly.
So I was gonna say this is the unicorn of the draft right here. This dude's 6'5", 215, and he runs a 4.3 40. So but he never had much production at all. So he'd be like a project. But I just think he would be, but he'd also probably be available.
I've heard they like
Jalen
Jalen Lane. I've heard they like the guy right there down further. From
Lane.
Virginia Tech. I've heard they like him.
Oh yeah, he's got a 9.56 RAS, 1,000 yards reception, 8 touchdowns, versatility, return specialist too. That'll be clutch. I'm 193. He'll be available way down the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think at this pick right here, I mean, we're really looking at either safety or edge. I'm thinking this David Walker might be the best route for us to go, unless you like any of these safeties here. Do you like it? I don't like any of these corners either. This is a crappy spot. This is a terrible trade by us. It's a terrible trade, man.
Hey,
it's a terrible spot.
It's still
Hey, look, man. If I was paying attention, oh man, I wish I was paying attention. This dude right here, if we can trade up in real life to get him, this dude is a monster. I think he's going to be the sleeper of the whole draft. Powell Ryland from Virginia Tech. I've seen him play twice this year, and that dude is a freaking beast. So if we can find some way or just take him with the 72 or whatever, because I don't think he'll be around at 113 still. But I wish I'd have seen that, because I definitely would have jumped up to try to grab him there. But man, that's a clutch pick right there. But I'm sorry for this pick, man. We got Billy Bowman from Oklahoma. Quincy Riley is a corner. Your boy Restrepo. You got Burke as a corner. We could always go with another interior offensive lineman from Georgia.
Let's go. Take the. What'd you think about taking the safety? The safety that's up there on the board.
Yeah, I was even thinking between Billy Bowman and the guy from Central Arkansas, the edge rusher, David Walker. It was between them two.
Yeah, I just don't see how,
Get Bowman.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm cool with that.
Wait a minute, man. I slacked on the last couple. All right. With the 4th round pick, we take Billy Bowman, safety from Oklahoma. All right.
Gonna need him.
Yeah. So I hope he was worth it. Don't be mad at me, y'all. I don't think anybody really wanted us to get him. Said that's what heaven sounds like. Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to start speeding it up now that we're in the 5th round. Let me update this. Now that we're in the 5th round, speed it up a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we're getting less and less interested about who the other teams are picking at this point. And we're coming up on our pick, and it's looking like that safety we were looking at before is still available. But we got one already, so we're good. All right, so we have no thank you to Kyle McCord. We can always draft a linebacker.
There go my boy down there, Jaden Blue, running back, Texas.
His RAS is low. Is he slow or something?
No, you ran the second fastest. The only running back at the combine who ran faster than him was the dude from Virginia Tech. The one who
Man,
ran a four, I think he ran a 4.27. I think Blue ran like a 4.32 or something like that, I
okay.
want to say.
Hey,
Yeah, nah.
Slater's a beast too. Look at that RAS. Another interior offensive lineman. Oh, yep. Someone said Slater's a good pick.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with.
there's nothing wrong with throwing the rest of the with throwing the rest of the draft picks at both lines at this
Lyman.
point. I would not be upset with them doing that. As
Uh,
much as I would want a young receiver for the slot, I mean they did pick up Olamide Zaccheaus. So, you know, is it something that you absolutely need to do, uh, above O line and D line?
we didn't address our edge rushing at all. So I think at this point, they're really not going to play anyways. Your Tyler Barron is still here.
Tyler Barron, let's show some love to Miami, baby, and get Tyler Barron in the building just to piss off Joseph.
Is he even still here? Thornton wide
I don't
receiver.
know.
Hey, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can share this with y'all. This is one of the highest RASs I've seen of anybody. I'm gonna open this in a new tab. I'm gonna see if I can get you all to see this. Let me see. We're gonna pull this up.
Duvernay too. Yeah, that's a good mention. I forgot about that Duvernay. But he's going to come in and solidify special teams from day one for sure. We ain't gonna have to worry about
Advertising on our.
not gonna have to worry about
Look at this,
guys
man.
like what's name kicking the ball to the other team. I can't
Hand
see
size. Oh, you
it. I
can't
can't
see
see
it.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't add it yet. I got to add it to the stage. There we go. Bam. All right. Hand size is ridiculous. Arm length is ridiculous. 6'5". His weight is the only thing that's really knocking him, and his vertical is kind of low, but he's 6'5". 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.3. He had a 20-yard split 2.5, 10-yard split 1.5. His broad jump is almost 9 feet. I mean, this dude has he's one of them combine warriors. You know what I mean? But, I mean, he just doesn't have any production, like zero production. He's
So
never really been good.
So he could end up being a tall ass John Ross.
Hey, I mean, I'm saying, I guess, what is this, 5th round? So I guess it's not, you can still get value at the 5th round. I was going to say, if it's the 7th round, he's still available, I wouldn't mind throwing it away.
Hey, this is
oh, wait a minute, Malachi Moore. Well, we just got our safety.
This is Room A108 interactive mock draft. If the people say they want tall ass John Ross, then draft tall ass John Ross for him.
Deontay, go ahead and get Deontay. The 6'5", 4'3", 40.
That's the people's pick. Let's give it to him.
People's pick. Kevin White 2.0.
He better not be no damn Kevin White.
I mean, if it's a 5th round pick, though, I won't be.
I'd rather his ass be John Ross than Kevin White. Shit.
All right, I'm about to speed it up because I think we don't have another pick until the 7th round, which is
not you saying no in the 7th.
All right, we're just speeding it up because we don't have another pick until.
Yeah, throw it back up on the screen, bro. The board.
Forgot again.
Oh yeah, and you forgot your.
I forgot the thing. I forgot all that, and I already made it to the next. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. We gotta wrap this up. You've been on here too long.
I'm triple tasking, man. I got this computer here. I got my TV next to me. I'm looking at the game on my phone.
Yeah, I feel you. It's all good.
So I can think at this point, man, just these picks because these are the compensatory. How do you say that? Picks. Compensatory.
There
picks.
You go.
At this point, I mean, we just get best available. Who first one to answer? We'll go with them. So whoever answers, we'll go with whatever pick.
Whoever types in the next name out of those best available on the board, that'll be the pick.
And we'll
let the comment section.
You even get a free one of these. You get a free one. No, I'll
No
go.
clue.
We can see. I mean, Riley Mills, Notre Dame. I'm cool on Notre Dame people. We already got one. Did we get Xavier Watts? We didn't get him, did we? Did we?
No, we got a buddy from Oklahoma.
Man, this is the lowest RAS I've seen on here. 3.8. You might as well go into the combine at that point.
All right, we got our comment. Cody.
Yeah. Oh, Cody or Kobe? Oh, Cody Simon.
Cody.
It would be we shouldn't have said that because it would be the OSU person that gets drafted. All right, man. I'm a man of my word. With the 7th round pick, the Chicago Bears draft the second best team in the Big Ten, Cody Simon, linebacker. And the last pick.
And they're gonna need one. I know they extended TJ Edwards, but they're gonna need a replacement for Tremaine Edmonds. So it's not a bad pick.
All right, so who's gonna take the last one? We got another interior lineman from Iowa. Really can't go wrong with Iowa. D lineman, 2 D linemen from Notre Dame. You got Luke Lakey from Iowa, Jackson Hawes from Georgia Tech.
Can't really go wrong with an Iowa tight end. They always seem to.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 250.
Whether it's Kittle or Hawkinson or
Yeah, get a kicker.
Noah Fant.
Khalil, my boy Khalil. Superman. Man, he won us that Ohio State game. Beast. I'll let you pick it, CJ. Go ahead, man. You want to go with the Iowa tight end?
And give me a tight end from Tight End U, from the Tight End Factory.
Tight end from Tight End U. Wait a minute. All right, with the last pick for the Bears, Luke Lakey, tight end from Iowa, 6'6", 250. And this definitely, when I lied so bad talking about 10, 15 minutes. Although that's what I do it in when I do it, on my own. But you were right. You were
the one that was contemplating going through this twice, bro.
Twice. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Like, no, sir.
All right, so I'll say, with the help of everybody here and the help of my co-host, CJ, Roommate 108, I would not be disappointed with this draft. You got your plug and play day one and Kenneth Grant. Ariante, he's another one that can start day one. Travion, he'll be in the mix with DeAndre. Jonah from Arizona, he's in plug and play, so you are going to get your injuries. I think he's versatile. We got him because he can play guard and tackle. Bill Bowman from Oklahoma, because to be honest with you, he's the best safety available at the time, and that's what we needed. We got the unicorn, Dante Thornton, 6'5", 4.340 with no stats. And then in the 7th round, we got Cody Simon from that other team in the Big Ten, linebacker. We can say linebacker for the future, but I hope not. I hope we get somebody else. And then Luke Lakey, tight end from Iowa. That was CJ's pick from Tight End U. 6'6", 250, man. That's insane. So
great draft until the 5th round. so I will say this though about that, if that draft class was real. You end up with three players that a lot of Bears fans have been talking about throughout this whole process leading up to the draft, with Grant, Henderson, and the kid who I'll butcher his name. The
Ursi?
The lineman from Arizona.
I just call him. I just say Jonah because I don't know.
Ursi is a cat that's kind of still flying under the radar a little bit.
Yeah,
it was just this morning where I started hearing his name a little more and more. But up until these last few days, he's a cat that I haven't heard a lot of people been saying his name. But
it was his 40 time that's really putting him up there.
Okay, in Bears, chat rooms and communities, those other three guys I mentioned are being talked about a lot as far as
Yeah.
targets that people like. So if they ended up with three cats that Bears fans are already picking in their own mock drafts, I think they'll be pretty happy.
So, yeah, no, I agree. And actually, this is like a perfect picture of what I would want us to do in the first round on draft day. If we can trade back and get this package and make this deal, I think that's a no brainer right here. The only trade we
Mhm.
made, so that'd be dope.
The only
So
problem about that trade that we made is the who they traded up for did make 0 sense. So
zero, yeah, that didn't make sense at all. It was like, okay, they
yeah.
gave us that bag for somebody that they didn't even need. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, no, I think um the only thing I can say we could. So what I'm seeing from the first three picks. So realistically, if we were at 10, 39, 41, if say we get like Tyler Warren or Genty, which I think is going to be the realistic thing that we'll do on draft day. So if we all prepare ourselves, that's probably going to be the thing that's going to happen, honestly. Um, I don't know. We could be surprised, man. I don't know. Ben Johnson's really been kind of turning around the whole vibe of what we thought we knew organization was like. So that could change. Um, but I think realistically is going to be Warner Genty at 10. And then
One
from
thing
there, go ahead.
Well, one thing I'm fairly confident will not happen in this draft is they will not pick somebody in the first round that'll have me almost break my phone the way I almost broke it when I was on the phone with Juice back in 2017 when they drafted Mitch.
Yeah, I put
So
my live video up every year that whenever it
we
comes up.
were, me and Juice was on the phone that year, bro. It was like, man, what? I was like, but I gotta go. I had to get off the phone. I almost chucked my phone at the TV. So
To trade up and get somebody that nobody was getting anyway, it's just ridiculous. So no, I agree. But I think at 10, realistically, we're looking at Genty or Warren. I would not be mad if we take Calvin Banks at 10. I don't think he's deserved of that 10 spot, but I would rather have Calvin Banks than Genty or Warren, just being honest. Um, so any one of those three, depending on if we get Banks or not, that'll change who we get with 39 or 41. I think 39 or 41, we're going to look at probably Travion.
yeah, that's your running back spot right there. Second round.
And I'm hearing a lot about Nick Scarlton from Texas A&M, the edge rusher. That's someone they're very high on. So that's somebody we can maybe, maybe we'll get him, or maybe I mean, like I said, Ursi, man, he could be moving up the board. He had like a 4.8 40 and he's 6'6", 331. So I mean and he had the season that he did. He's had a great college career. So I mean I can see that, but it's looking like that's probably who they're gonna go with. Is
Bef-
what I've seen.
before we wrap this up, the one thing I've been thinking about that has me questioning whether or not they're really gonna invest anything into drafting a left tackle is both Poles and Ben Johnson have been speaking very highly of Braxton Jones lately, and we all know that that could be lip service. They could just be saying that because he's on the squad and that he's a nice kid. But another person that they've been speaking highly of, let's not forget that they just drafted a left tackle in the third round last year. So
Yeah,
you
but he,
have two left tackles on your roster right now who are going to be on the roster this year. They're not going anywhere. Braxton Jones is in the last year of his deal, I want to say, and Amagaji is second year of a rookie deal. So they're not going anywhere. So that's just
yeah,
one of the things that I've been thinking. Like, are they being honest? And Poles is
yeah,
somebody who has been very honest, bro. Since he's been here, he's not one of them GMs who's like throws smoke screens out there when he talks. Oh damn, I like just that. He doesn't do a lot of smoke screening when he talks. When he answers questions, he's usually very honest about how he feels. So I'm curious if those are two guys that they're confident and they're going to go to war with, and left tackle isn't as high on their board as it is ours. It's just a
Yeah.
question that I got, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more of just hoping as a fan, but I I get it. I guess seeing what I mean, he was a rookie last year, but seeing him and how horrible he was, the guy we drafted last year, I'm like, man, we can. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's you could be right, man. They could not even be looking at a tackle anywhere near the first 2 rounds. Maybe going after somebody in the third round. Um, so I don't know, man. But like I said, I don't see anybody once you go past Ursi. I mean, you got Campbell, you got Membo, Simmons, Banks, Connerly Jr., and Ursi. After them, man, I don't see anybody from this draft starting at tackle. So, but they could go. So, say we get Warren, I can see them going after another D lineman. I've heard. What's the D lineman from Ohio State? Williams. Is it something Williams?
Tylik Williams.
Yeah, Tyler
Mhm.
Williams is another person that they're looking at that should be available around then in the second round. So if we get like a Warren, because I do think Genty will be gone from the Raiders. So we get Warren, and I don't know, man. There's so many combinations. I love draft time, man. If you can tell, I put a lot of time, and I'll probably be messing around with this for the next week or whatever. But
And two comments right there, I agree. He said, I've been disappointed my whole life on this topic, which I'm assuming is which is the left tackle slash offensive line topic. And it's evaded us our whole lives. And then just like Juice is saying, I think they believe the same thing. I do too. That with a full camp and a better coaching, that Amagaji is going to be better and he's going to be healthier and he's going to be
and look at the room. Like, look who. A lot of it is who you're playing next to. You know, when you're at tackle, you're out on an island. But at the end of the day, if you don't have somebody you can trust, matter of fact, Braxton, how many different people did he play next to last year at guard? So there's no camaraderie. I mean, I'm not sold on Braxton. I don't think he's awful. He's not an awful player. He's fine.
but
But
like you're saying, it's a perfect spot for if you do think that Amagaji is your left tackle of the future, having him practice next to and playing next to Joe Tooney, you can't
yeah,
get much better than that, you know,
yep.
unless you know, for as far as tackles, you know, in this day and age, in this era of football, like you can't get much better than him. So
Yeah. No, I agree.
we'll see. It's gonna be interesting, but you know, I don't like why would Ben Johnson just come out and lie?
Yeah,
You know, and they all lie, bro. Like, you know, I get it. Like, you're not
yeah.
gonna s- somebody's not gonna ask you about one of your players, and you're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, his ass on trade block. He about to get the hell up out of here." You know, you know, nobody's gonna say that. They're gonna speak highly of guys, even if they feel like they're gonna move on, especially if the guy is a good character dude, and you know he goes about his work the right way. They're going to speak highly of him, you know.
And like you said
But
too, there's
it
a lot of
just
red
seems like they
herrings
were
around this
over the
time too.
top. It just seemed like both of them were a little over the top and effusive with their praise of both
Yeah, but
Braxton Jones and Amagaji. So it's like it's making me think like, man, maybe they just don't see that spot, you know, as a glaring need like a lot of us do, which I would be I'd be concerned if they don't see it that way, but I guess I'd have to trust two dudes who know more football than I ever will. So it is what it
uh,
is, bro.
well, another episode in the books, man.
Yes,
It was
sir.
fun. This is something that I've wanted to do for a while, but now that I know, I kind of have a better grasp of all this stuff here on the technical side. We can do more things like this, have more engagement with our followers. Who is Zelrose Beats, man? That's my old it's an old rap name I used to go by back in the day. So this is someone I know personally. So I need to find out who that is. That's hilarious. But
We might be able to
that's my Ezel. What up, man?
we'll have to I don't see why we can't, you know, do
Chief.
one more of these before the draft, and then we'll be in studio for y'all
Yep.
shooting another episode right
Got a
after
lot
the
coming up.
draft.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that in studio, a draft recap. talking about not only just the Bears draft, but the entire draft, in its entirety. And
Hey,
then shout out to Reggie, whose episode just dropped this past week. Shout out to him. Um, Looking forward to some of the stuff that he's got coming in the future, and hopefully he'll be stopping back by room A108 again, man. But there's some other people who are booked and ready to come sit with us and chop it up, man. And I know I think I could speak for Dave when I say that we both super excited about it.
oh yeah, we actually got another special guest episode dropping next week, so stay tuned for that. I don't want to spoil it. We'll be dropping that too, so that'll be good. Just being able to reach out and have a platform for people that people from our circle, just not just like us and our friends, but like the South Suburbs, District 205, just to shine a light on the people that we've seen on this platform, not podcast, but I'm saying the sports platform that they were on. It's just, man, it means a lot, man, because the episode with Reggie, if you all haven't watched it, please watch it. It's the fact that you can see that me and CJ, not only do we have a personal relationship with Reggie, but the fact that, we're very aware of just everything that happened with his career, his life. Same thing with Neil. We've just been very hands-on. Everybody's around our age, and just to have that interaction, man, it just means a lot to us too. And CJ, man, this my little brother Keith here, man, my buddy. He makes beats, so we need to get you make us an intro beat. Ezel on the beat, man. So definitely we'll be linking up. I'll hit your line, man. But like I said, another episode. I gotta put these kids to sleep, man.
My phone about to die anyway.
Yep. So
Yeah,
another
for sure.
episode, Room A108. We appreciate y'all. Love the fan follower engagement, man, and we'll be back soon
For
enough,
sure,
man.
Appreciate
Peace
y'all.
out.
Yes, sir.
Yep.